One of the greatest writers to put pen to paper said this about hope. He said, "Now hope does not disappoint." Another version of the same words reads, "And hope does not put us to shame, because the love of God has been poured out in our hearts by the Holy Spirit who was given to us." That's in Romans 5:5. Have you ever sat in a completely dark room? A room where there is not a peep of light anywhere? Not from under the door or the sides of a door? No street lights lighting your sky, no car lights panning nearby buildings, not even a screen light from your cell phone. I'm referring to absolute darkness. For most of us, this would be an unsettling feeling. Nothing in our being embraces this situation. Our mind asks the central question, what is this about? Our heart then begins to expose our emotions, aloneness, helplessness, perhaps even confusion begins to whisper in our minds. And this can lead to panic and to desperation. But then our body comes forward and says, listen, I can survive for a little while like this. And so I'll do what I can to hold all of my parts together. I will even hide some adrenaline for you in an emergency, but don't waste any of our energy. So here's what's happening. Our mind, our heart, and our body are all in agreement that something needs to be done to get out of this darkness and to find the light which leads to life. Have you ever really thought about the security, the sense of well-being, the powers of healing, the fruitfulness of life, and even the business of commerce, how they all thrive in light? Well, may I share with you, it's not a surprise really, because it follows a basic model that was given to us and to the earth a long time ago. And here's the model. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. The earth was without form and void, and darkness was on the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters. Then God said, let there be light. And there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. That's in Genesis chapter 1, verses 1 through 4. God saw that the light was good for his creation, and that his creation could only have purpose in light. So he separated the light from the darkness. And so it is with us. As the crescendo of God's creation, every part of who we are and who we become is designed to thrive in light. Our soul, our spirit, our body, our families, our relationships, our jobs, and yes, even politics can be better when light is allowed in. Listen, it's vitally important to remember this, that light and darkness cannot occupy the same place at the same time. And so, the real night sets in. You begin drifting asleep. Your day has been filled with the night of questions. Your day has been filled with the night of combing through possibilities. Your day has been filled with the night of uncertainties. And no, it's not depression. You're looking for those footprints in the sand so you will know that he who is greater than us all is carrying you through this dark moment. But then morning comes, and something happens. You feel an inward joy, but you can't explain it. You feel the mental and physical strength of a warrior. Your mind says, we can handle this. Your heart says, let's go help somebody else. And your body says, let's get up and get going because we're burning daylight. So what happened? Between the time you went to bed and when you awakened, what happened? Well, I'll tell you what happened. It was hope. Yes, hope knocked on the door of your life. You see, Hope needed to wait for your internal quietness. You didn't know it, but God's love was shining a light under the door so hope could find you. Your mind, your heart, your body opened the door so hope could come in and unpack its suitcases. And hope said, I'm here to stay this time. And so you might ask, well, what did hope have packed in those suitcases? I'm glad you asked. Hope is the light that illuminates the path for tomorrow. That was in a suitcase. Hope builds the wall that chaos cannot climb over. The tools to build that wall was in Hope's suitcase. Hope is the proverbial knock at the door saying there are better days on the other side of this challenge. Hope is the light that pierces the darkness so others can live. Hope had to have its electrician tools to put that light in place. Hope is a connection to the way, the truth, and the life. With hope, you see, we can see God as clearly at night as we can during the day. Hope is a primary ingredient in the vaccine for bigotry, hatred, and intolerance. So you can imagine all of the research tools Hope had to have in his suitcase. Hope is when a neighbor recognizes that you are, in fact, your brother's keeper. And so, my brothers and sisters, I must close now, but I want to share this with you. I want to encourage you, first of all, to remember, don't spend your life, live it. And then, don't rent a room to hope, but rather give hope your permanent address, along with the key, so it never again has to knock on the door of your life. And remember this, you can trust hope, because hope never disappoints. God be with you always. And until next time, on the journey of the road of life, be well.